Check this piece of chicken out here. Look at how that looks. Cut the edge off so you can get a good look in there. Let's get a bite. Look at that color. Now that is what you get when you do an indirect cook with charcoal on a Weber kettle with the Skyflame smoker kit. Basically a heat diffuser, so that way you can put all your charcoal in there and not have anything to worry about. Check that out, and if you want to learn how we got there, watch the rest of the video. So today we're going to get a test cook of this Skyflame heat diffuser, or basically they call it a smoke kit. And what it does is it reduces the direct heat on your food. So you basically build your fire inside this, and then with this plate on the top, it keeps your food from burning and coming direct contact with the radiant heat from your fuel source, which could be charcoal, lump charcoal, or even wood. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set that up. So give me 1 second and I'm going to put this in here. So I went ahead and put the main part of the kit inside of the Weber kettle grill. And this is your standard 22 inch. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour this in here. Now take a look at the close-up cam here. This is for chicken, so we don't need to overload this thing. We need to get a decent amount in there, but we don't want to overdo it. Now my plan is to get a good fire going right in the middle and then control the temperature and slowly allow it to come up. So I'm going to go ahead and put a fire starter right here. I'm going to kind of stand it up just a little bit. Block that in, and then we'll add a little bit more charcoal around it. I don't think we're going to need much more than this. If we do, then we're probably doing something wrong, and we'll need to reconsider how we're doing this. Now, I do use standard Kingsford. I like to use that because of the consistency. It pretty much cooks the same every time, no matter what I do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and light this, and we're just going to let this cook for a while. Not trying to overlight it. I just wanted enough to get those coals in the middle going really well. And you can see that it's going to just burn down in there, and that'll give those coals a little bit of time. And this is a little bit of a preheat process, so we'll want to let this go for about 30 minutes before we go to set up. Now, something that I did today is I took a piece of tinfoil and I formed it to the cover of the deflector plate. The reason is that I want to keep this kind of clean, and I find that it's a lot easier to just rip off a piece of tinfoil and throw it in the garbage than have to worry about, you know, scraping it and scrubbing stuff. And I like to do this in a lot of my different smokers and setups. So this is nothing unusual for me. Now I am going to be using my old grill grate, which has seen better days, but I got a smaller one to go inside, and I'm just going to set my food on top of that just for convenience and because it'll be nice and clean. But we'll come back to that a little bit later. So let's go ahead and let this cook for a while and take a little break. That'll just be 1 second for you, but like I said, probably right around 30 minutes for me. So it's been just a little under 30 minutes and we are so close to ready. I can feel the temperature feels really good here, but I want it to be a little more spread out. So there's a couple of different ways you can go about this. You can blow on it, which sounds like a lot of work to me. You can use my favorite trick, which is the blow dryer, or my second favorite trick, which is the blowtorch. And I got to tell you, I've really been using the blowtorch a lot lately. Some people give me a hard time about the blow dryer because it spreads ashes around. But if you keep the speed under control, you should have no problem. Here is the blowtorch. And it's a standard propane torch with a Benzomatic TS8000 on it. And it also has the Searsall attachment. So if you want to crisp up that chicken skin when you're done, there's no reason you can't do it by adding that Searsall back to it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread around a little bit more. I don't need a lot more. I'm really close. I kind of want to hit it on this back side just a little bit. I feel like this side got a little better light than the back. And one thing I want to mention, I don't know if you can see that on the close-up cam, but when I put the lighter in, it was directly in the center and it's created a little bit of a hole. And that's perfect because that gives the oxygen a little way to flow in to where the burning is actually happening. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this back together. So we've got this, the deflector plate, and then we have the tin foil, and I'm just going to slide that on there and kind of reconnect it. Again, I cut it to fit as best as I could. The foil was just a little short. If you wanted to use more, that's fine. But the main thing I don't want to do is I don't want to cut off any of the air supply. So I want to make sure that this is folded completely underneath here and flat. So it looks good there. Then I'm going to just go along, make sure it looks good here. Mostly around the round edges, not necessarily on the tabs. That's not important. Around these round edges though, the heat and air will flow directly through there. And then I'll go ahead and set this on here. Push this down as flat as possible. I can feel the heat starting to come through already. We've got a little bit of smoke going off there, which is great. I'll go ahead and set this on there. Then I'm going to go ahead and leave the lid cracked. I want a little bit of heat on that grill grate, but I don't necessarily need it hot. So we'll come back to that in 1 second. I'm going to let it go ahead and heat up a little bit more, maybe 5 minutes, but that'll just be 1 second for you. So we're back after letting that warm up a little bit, and I did check it right before I started here, and we have a little bit of heat in there, and that's what I'm going for. I definitely don't want to smother it, so I have this open all the way, and then the bottom vents are open 100% too. It'll get a nice good airflow right from the bottom right through it. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I got here. This is a brand new 18-inch grate that I'm just gonna put the food on and set it right on top. It'll make it easy for me to pull the food out when it's done without having to mess with it. And it'll also make cleanup a little bit easier because I really can scrub this down and throw it straight in the dishwasher. That grate, even after I cleaned it with a really cool electric brush and got all the stuff off, left it out here for a couple of days and it was all messed up again. So the coating's completely ruined. Every once in a while you need to buy a new one. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna transfer the chicken. But first, I wanna mention that I use the Kosmos Dirty Bird, which is my favorite chicken seasoning. And that with a little touch of garlic, that is awesome. Now I'll go ahead and I'm gonna put it skin down. I did spray a light coat of oil on there. You don't want to drag your chicken around on the grate when you have the seasoning on there because it'll just wipe it right off. So you really want to be careful with that. I'll go ahead and check this out. I do it over a cookie sheet just for convenience and to keep everything nice and clean. I'm going to go ahead and open this up and then you can check this out on the close-up cam. And look at that. We'll set it in there. I've set the handles opposite of these other handles so that way I'll be able to grab them without that interfering. I'm going to go ahead and let that go. While I get this started, I'm going to go in and get one of my wireless thermometers because I want to monitor what's going on in there, but I'm not worried about it in that first 20-30 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this go. It's getting a nice smoke flow through there, so it's going to have a nice smoky flavor. So I'll be right back in 1 second for you. So we are back, and I thought that the cooking was going really fast. So what I did was I went ahead and flipped these over, and they looked great. Now they have cooked a lot faster than what I had planned on, and I think that's probably because the temperature was a little higher than I expected. But the nice thing is there's been a lot of good smoke coming out, and I'm going to show you here real quick. Look at that smoke flow. It's just coming out like you wouldn't believe, and I'll go ahead and shut that down. I'm going to open this real quick. I have my Alpha Griller's instant read thermometer today. Again, these are really close to ready. Now that is upside down. So we got 159 in this one, and this is one of the medium-sized ones. Put that to the side, and let's get the lid on so that way the temperature will come down a little bit. So what I'm looking to do right this second is I'm looking to lower the grill temperature. I've already closed off the bottom vents right before I started the camera. It can be a little difficult, so sometimes what I like to do is either use the probe or the back of my tongs here, because that fits right up in the little gap to make sure that it's closed. And you can just slide the lever and tap on it to make sure it's closed all the way. And then here you can see those. And we've really cut down the flow there on the air, and that's Weber is just known for its air control. Whether you're using the Smoky Mountain or whether you're using the Kettle, this is a great way to control your air and your temperature. I'm going to go ahead and let it run for about another 20 minutes, and then we should be completely done. We are really close. If we let this rest, that would come up to food safe temperature, and you would be just fine. But I want to cook it just a little bit more and get a little bit more of that smoke and that char on the outside. I don't want rubbery skin. So we'll be right back for you. Let's look at the close-up cam. Wow, that looks good. Really liking how that looks. I brought out a plate. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the piece that I want to eat right now, and I think it's this one right here. And one of the reasons is because I really like how nice the edges look. I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side to cool a bit while we mess with the rest of it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to double check the temperature. So again, Alpha Griller instant read thermometer. Oh yeah, more than hot enough here. 187, a little too hot, but again, chicken thighs, very forgiving. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide this thing right off onto the cookie sheet. Now I'm going to move this one and this one back here, so that way it doesn't drip oil all over the place. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open this back up all the way. And I'm going to open this up all the way. And we're going to go ahead and let it burn. Now, I'm going to run that chicken in the house, and I will be right back, so don't go anywhere. So it's been a couple of minutes, and I think this chicken is just about ready to eat. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off to the side here. And I'm not looking for perfection here. I just want to get a nice piece right off the side. Show that to you real quick. Looks a little light in color, but the crust looks really good. That's really good. There's not any char on it anywhere, so there's no like burntness, but it has that yummy smoky taste of being cooked on a charcoal fire. I've had people say that they don't think that a charcoal fire has a particular taste, but I disagree. It really does, and it's one of my favorite ways to go. I'm going to go ahead and eat this. I'll be right back. So now that I've sampled that, I want you to get a really close look here. So I'm going to switch over to the close-up cam, and I want you to be able to see that all the way around. And look down here at the bottom. You'll see a nice little color to it, a little bit of pink. That is a little bit of the smoke penetration there. And it just looks great. And it is juicy still, so that it's not dried up or anything. It is skin on, so the top side has the skin. And I like to eat chicken skin, especially if it's not rubbery, and this one is perfect. It's not hard, which I kind of do like that little crispy thing. And if you want it that way, blowtorch right there. But it does have a nice texture to it, not rubbery at all. And it was just plain tasty. So if you're looking for something that will do that in your Weber 22-inch kettle, this Skyflame smoker kit, or basically heat diffuser, will definitely do that for you. You've seen this test cook here, and I gotta tell you, it is great. This is gonna be a wonderful dinner. I'm gonna throw this in with some salad, and it's gonna be a great day. So check out the links in the description below. They are affiliate links. If you use those, I will get compensated, so thank you. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.